Greetings to all subscribers and guests of my channel. In this video you will learn what a newcomer in a Russian prison should not talk about, so as not to end up in the lower caste of prisoners. Since the conversation on the outside and the conversation in prison, even if they are on the same topic, are fundamentally different things. Enjoy watching. Convicts who are incarcerated at first find it psychologically extremely difficult to break the thread that ties them to the outside. For them, life outside the prison walls continues to seem more important than what happens in the walls for a long time. Old convicts who have been in prison for years will try to get the newcomer to talk in order to determine what kind of passenger has entered their cell. Often in Russian prisons, newcomers became outcasts precisely because of their long tongue. For example, if the newcomer starts recounting that he worked in a strip club and at the same time communicated with members of minorities of non-traditional orientation, it will certainly cause a lively interest of the cell listeners. But in the course of the conversation, the interested narrator will be tricked by his words in such a way that he will not notice how he will tell details of his biography that are completely unnecessary for the prison audience. If such a conversation on the outside is without consequences, in a Russian prison, every word spoken is similar to an act for which you may be questioned. Anything related to intimate life in prison is a very slippery subject, even if the conversation is about relationships with women. If the authoritative prisoners find out that a novice, for example, has practiced oral caressing, even in an intimate relationship with his wife, such a novice by thieves' terms should immediately be transferred to the lowest rank, namely, to the roosters. The same unenviable fate awaits those who do not hide their unconventional orientation. In prison, any cooperation with the authorities on the outside, especially with law enforcement agencies, must be hushed up, and if it comes to the subject, it must be wisely avoided with wrong answers. There is little entertainment in Russian prisons, and such frank conversations are often initiated for fun, to catch the interlocutor in something reprehensible in terms of thieves' concepts. In Russian prisons, it is forbidden to swear. The first time a newcomer will be warned and told that this is not the way to express oneself in these places. But if an experienced prisoner expresses himself in a way that he should not, then there will be trouble. Without thinking, you can offend a person and get in trouble for it. In the same way, one should not throw around phrases that a person will not be able to fulfill for one reason or another. In such places of confinement, there is a rule: you have to answer for your words. If something is spoken, then it must be done, by all means. No amount of talking will help here. If you have said it, do it. Also, in a Russian prison, it is by no means possible to say sit, because everyone in prison is sitting down anyway. It is better to say have a seat. It will sound more polite and will not violate the law of the prison. Also, you cannot say the word offended. Such a word should be replaced by a synonym grieved, because the offended person in prison is the one who was transferred to the lower caste of cocks, and there is nothing worse than that in places of detention. A newcomer who enters a cell for the first time should not be told where I belong. The prisoner will be immediately pointed to the place where everyone else goes to the toilet. A better phrase would be, where do I fall? If a newcomer on the outside worked in the law enforcement agencies, it is also better to keep silent about it and never tell. Such professions are not respected in the Russian prison.
We gotta make sure that they know you're not a cop.
Don't
Niet
listen to me.
politia. Niet politia. Guys, niet politia. Not a cop. This man is not.
Also under this category fall store guards, because they stop thieves and call the police. Nevertheless, an ordinary supermarket security guard will not experience any special harassment. However, the criminal world should not be counted on respect, and in the criminal world of the guard just do not get. Also, the newcomer is sure to be asked why he was imprisoned and under what article. After all, it is important for the cell residents to know with whom they are dealing. Can it be that the newcomer is a known rapist or pedophile? In this case, you should tell the number of your article, but in no case can you tell what exactly you have done. No one will ask you about this right away. If you do everything correctly, following all of the above rules, then there should not be any question as a rule to the new prisoner. Don't forget to leave your opinion in the comments. What do you think about all this? See you in the next video. Bye everyone.